Welcome to beautiful San Juan, Puerto Rico, the host for the 2021 FIBA Women's AmeriCup. It's day number 4 of group play and all the action happening right here inside the Roberto Clemente Coliseum. As we continue in Group A play, it's Brazil taking on Virgin Islands. Brazil 2-1 dropped their contest to Canada, looking to make up for some lost ground, while the Virgin Islands are looking for their first win of the tournament. Natalia Melendez, Despina Barton here. This is a look at the group phase and what has been played already today. Canada stays perfect in this group play. Everyone trailing right behind. Brazil, the number 1, that is behind them. Game 4, of course, game day 4, and what the Group A looks like right now. Colombia, El Salvador, U.S. Virgin Islands. Only 4 of those teams will advance on to the quarterfinals as we move forward to the championship game come Saturday. Despina Barton, Natalia Melendez, like I said, Natalia, the former Puerto Rico national player, sitting in with us in the booth. Natalia, talk about this moment, the starting lineups, what this means to represent your country.
It feels very good as a player. You can see it on their faces. This is the moment when they know they are minutes away to go to work, wearing the name of their country in their chest. This team, Brazil, have so much history in basketball, and they are trying little by little to get to where they were years before this, and I think Jose Neto have done an outstanding job, and these girls are ready to have success in this tournament.
And their opponent for today, the Virgin Islands, and their coach, Taj Gongba, told me she wants her team to compete for the full 40 minutes. She didn't like the way her team started off, a little lackluster the first 2 outings, so she's asking them to come out with some more energy and urgency.
This is a team that it's young, that it's athletic, that have very tough games already. But I think they have the energy and they have the want to be successful in this tournament. What's going to be a little difficult for them today, Despina, it's the length of the team. The rotation is not as long, and Brazil have a very long rotation. So we'll see what happens.
This Virgin Islands team embraces their undersize and scrappiness. They like playing underdog. As we all get set to stand here and recognize the flags and national anthems, we will start with Brazil and then the Virgin Islands.
Please remain standing for the national anthem of Virgin Islands.
And the teams wave to one another. They normally meet at center court and exchange hellos and a gift, but COVID has sidelined that for this tournament as we look ahead for the officiating crew for today. Roberto Vasquez, Fabricio Vito, and Rebecca Davila. Two from your home nation here, Puerto Rico, Natalia.
Very known referees in the Americas. Fabricio from Argentina, it's pretty famous. He's a great referee. Rebecca, it's the first woman we have officiating, in FIBA level. And Jorge, it's been in the Olympics, working and so the game is in good hands. There you see Brazil starting five: Pati Tejera, Taina Paisao, Clarisa dos Santos, Erika de Souza, and Deborah Costa. Not changes there. That's the same starting five we've seen. Silva Carvalho, Monteiro Carcavalli, Gonzalo Silva, and Diaz. And coach Jose Neto, the experienced coach from Brazil.
Yes, he formerly led the men's national team as an assistant coach, joined in the women's program in 2019. He played pro basketball, has pro basketball coaching experience, and always coached men previously, which he takes very seriously coaching the women's team here for Brazil. And they're going to face a feisty Virgin Island squad. This is their starting five.
Molina Williams, Imani Tate, Lanice Buck, Natalie Day, and Anisha George. I don't see any changes in their starting five. And Barry Jones-Francis, Matthew Gongba, Boston Richards. And yes, you see two last names there. It's because the coach have a daughter in the team, and the team and the player have a mother as a as a coach.
Yeah, Gongba here is a former U.S. Virgin Islands senior national team player. You might recognize the name too from the WNBA. She's been coaching since the 2000s. And she was just added to the Georgetown staff as a recruiting coordinator and post-development. These two teams, both hungry for a win. Brazil dropping their contest against Canada yesterday. It was a very tight game. It resulted in a 71-67 victory to the Canadians. For the Virgin Islands, they are coming off two losses. An off day, though, yesterday, which could bode well for some of their legs and energy, but they previously fell to Canada on day 2 and then Colombia on day 1.
Yes, and the first game was close to them. Pretty well, 60-72. That was the score, the finished score for that game. And then yesterday, it was a little bit more open. Away, more open, 100-41. As I was saying, this Brazilian team, it has a lot of players that can play in this level. So what we've seen so far, it's long rotations, many hybrids players that can play different positions, but their constants have been their post players. Clarisa dos Santos and Erika de Souza are always the first option for these teams. Something that have to have Coach Neto very happy. It was the awakening of Pati Tejera. First two games were kind of quiet for her. She was there in defense and everything, but we didn't saw much of her offense. For the ones that have been following this FIBA basketball for a long time, we know how powerful she is and how important her offense is for this Brazilian team. So let's see what we see from her today.
And Brazil in the 2019 tournament here in the AmeriCup, they were in the semifinal. They defeated your home Puerto Rico team.
Easily. It was an easy game for them. It was close at the beginning, but then they showed their true colors. We have to remember that this team is missing Dante, which is, to me, the most important player in this team, and she's hurt, and she should be back any soon, but NBA experience, WNBA experience. And sometimes you back any soon, but NBA experience, WNBA experience. And sometimes you are in the WNBA, but you're just part of the bench, part of the rotation. But Danta, it's an impact player in the WNBA.
Set to jump is Erika de Souza. And then we've got Anisha George. Brazil ball to get the party started here inside the Roberto Clemente Coliseum. As Natalia has taught me, its nickname is the Cathedral of Basketball. Fast ball movement. Patsy's first shot is up and good.
Yeah, and she gets, you know, into the rhythm. It will be a long afternoon for Virgin Islands. She's the shooter, so they need to be on her and working, you know, through those screens. Great pass.
Inside feed. Beautiful to George, the finish.
Anisha George, it's averaging 14 points, 4 rebounds, 41% from the field goal, and from the free throw, 63%. A very important player for this team.
Going to work early, Dos Santos. Kiss off the glass, it's in. For Brazil, their coaching staff told me they can't lose their identity. That means attacking at all times on the court, playing good defense and offense for all 40 minutes. Big block. De Souza stuck with it, and she'll get dinged the second time up.
Both teams, all of the players are you seeing at the court right now, they all follow the rebound. So it will be a battle in the paint for those rebounds.
Costa, lane opens up on the left. That one's deflected. Tate on the cut. Beautiful pass by Bao, it's in.
Very good pass. Great finish for Tate.
Dos Souza, yes, the roll goes in.
And Erika, it's been so successful throughout the years because once she's in the post, she can work, you know, in both sides of the court. Some players always go to the right, always go to the left. In the case of Erika, she can go both ways.
Bao, it looks like she had her eyes on George on the block. Just too much on that pass. And George takes a breather. Whew, the first 2.5 minutes felt heavy, Natalia.
Yeah, we knew this was gonna happen. A lot of intensity here. Again, Erika Sosa on the post.
Dos Santos, baseline. Loose ball. Coach Gongaba told me she needs her team to do all the blue-collar work. That's the dirty work. She needs them to track down those 50-50 balls, which we saw the contention right here, and then also make sure to get back on D and really take true value of every possession. They know that they're the underdogs here.
Blue collar, it's the...
Yeah,
that's
so
new for me.
In America, white collar are usually the jobs that are in offices, and you're not really putting in, you know, some heavy lifting. And the blue-collar jobs are the one where you're sweating, you're working, you're lifting. Patsy again. Rebound by Costa. She'll reset. For those of you that are just joining us, Natalia Melendez is obviously a native here at the Puerto Rico. First language is Spanish. I'm Despina Barton from America, and my first language is English. So the two of us are really feeding off each other and learning as much as we can.
And I hope everybody at home it's enjoying the culture mix here. It's our first time together, and it's always, you know, wonderful to work with new people and learning from each other. Plus, there's a lot of Spanish-speaking people watching this game because remember we have Colombia, Puerto Rico, República Dominicana. You know, we have a lot of countries here that their main language is Spanish. So.
Jose Neto watches on as Dos Santos prepares for her second free throw. And it's a miss. Williams spots up behind Williams. She gets it.
Yes, and Dos Santos was a little late there. She has space. Good shot. And it's important for the Virgin Island team to make those long-range shots. Not everything can be, with contact. Not everything can be on the post. They need to create something from the outside too.
Patty, what a feed into De Souza.
And the basket was Erika de Souza's basket, but it was a Patty who made that happen with her assist, attacking the gap.
Bow, no good, front rim through the hands of De Souza, and she flails it up, and Pai Zhang is just waiting for the easy lay-in. They call that cherry picking in the States, but I mean, that's how Brazil runs. They're running up and down.
And Erika de Souza, that's the first thing she always do. Once she get that rebound, she always look up, to see who's running in front, because, this Brazilian team likes to run, and they depend a lot on their fast break points.
Gongba making an early appearance. We haven't seen much of her. This is the coach's daughter, a young 18-year-old on the roster for the Virgin Islands. Ball deflected. The feed back up to Day. It's taken away. Virgin Islands D establishes. Patty, the feed in, the cut by De Souza, she's off. Williams takes it herself. Can't finish. Coach Gongba asking who has the ball. That young woman right there, Patty.
What Virgin Island is doing, yes, they are getting back into defense, but they are staying in the paint. So Brazil is running open, they are running and they are opening the court, and Patty is doing excellent. She's just standing there, relocating herself, because she knows that's the spot she likes. So yes, Virgin Island is getting back, but they need to get back and find where Patty is, because they will continue to look for her.
A timeout called here by the Virgin Islands. They trail by 8. And to think just a couple made baskets in transition, and the gap would be much tighter.
Definitely, 7:15, and as of now, 5-5 for the rebounds, the fast break 5, Brazil 2. Virgin Island points in the paint, 6 for Brazil, 4 for the Virgin Island, but Brazil is shooting way better. They are 57% right now, and Virgin Island is shooting at 33%. But the difference here, I think, it's what Patty's doing. Her three-point shots, she's been effective so far. She have 2 of 3, the whole team. They're shooting 66% from not only shooting, she's also being the facilitator of everything. Great, great eye contact in between these two players who know each other for a long time. That pick and roll, it's working perfectly for them.
And Natalia, our Brazil team, our Puerto Rico team, those teams have been together for so long, but the USAs, the Canadas, there's a few groups. It's a nice mix here.
It's a nice mix. You have teams that, and I always, in the case of USA, they don't have to do it because they have so much talent. They just can make 1 million teams if they want. But it's not, it's not like that in every country. So I love when federations respect the process and you see, players playing for a long time with the team.
George is knocked down. So Santos. And Deborah tries a little one-on-one action. She gets the pick and a good look. It's too good.
Deborah Costa, 5 points. She's averaging 5 points, 35% from the field goal. Great pass again.
Pai Zhang will get called for the offensive.
Yeah, and she was thinking about passing the ball before shooting. She saw Patty was running. See? And then when she saw that the defense, the Virgin Islands did a good job recuperating, getting close to Patty, which is something they have to do all the time, she got confused. She tried to shoot, and it was good defense, Virgin Island.
Ball gets knocked out of the hands of Day. Natalie Day out there, Natalia, a new mom. 4 months ago, she gave birth, and she is here. She's gotten her body in shape. Her husband's here with the baby.
He's been here with the baby all week. It's amazing to see, and it's so good to see her playing at this level in shape. And we're sure she's not 100% yet, but she looks good, and it will take her time, but she will be back because she's young, and she have a professional league to go back to.
That was De Souza, you saw, just the trainers taking care of looked like a scratch and some blood. So she will sit for a minute while Brazil keeps pushing. Deborah calling the offense. And Lanice Bao
She's going to say something, and then
she held her.
Yeah, she said, no. Yeah. I did foul. Lanice, but Lanice, her professional career has been here in Puerto Rico with Las Pollitas de Isabela, which is in the countryside of the island. So this is not a stranger place to her, an unknown place to her.
Paishan. Pull up Jay again, utilizing the glass.
Points 3 and 4 for her.
Imani Tate finds an open Williams. That one is nothing but net. Cuts the lead to 9.
That's her second 3 of the game. And Virgin Island will continue, attacking those gaps and looks for Molina Williams in the perimeter.
George sticking with it. They're going to call a travel. So back-to-back turnovers. We saw Brazil throw it away. You can't do that? You can't pick up the ball and keep moving with those feet, Natalia?
No, she wished, but no.
Natalia, you have to give everybody a little recap at home. Your time with the national team, and you're still so involved with the sport. You've been part of the FIBA AmeriCup landscape for a lot of years.
Yeah, it's very hard. Once you finish playing, I felt good. Like I was ready to retire, but I couldn't retire from the environment of the sports. That's why you're seeing so many former players being part of, of the staff in some teams, or some of them are referees, some of them are working in the broadcasting environment, and somehow you feel like you're still part of it, and you can use your knowledge to to work and to continue talking about and doing what's been your passion for so long. So it's good to be around basketball and to see the new generations, and to see how women's basketball have grown.
You'll notice on the floor was Camila Silva. She hit that last free throw. The 20-year-old plays for South Carolina and certainly had an impact on the shot taken by Williams there. 6'8". So you give De Souza a breather, and reinforcement comes with somebody that's got a couple inches even on her. Alana Gonzalo, that's off. Ooh. Richards reading that pass. Akima Richards making her national debut with this team, the 30-year-old point guard for the Virgin Islands. Dos Santos, to me, is the motor of this Brazilian team. What is it? She just doesn't stop moving. Offense, defense, she gets a touch. It may not be the finishing touch. I don't know if you see the same thing, Natalia.
Yeah, definitely. She's always moving and trying to make something happen, and you always want to have players like that.
Corner shot goes up. Battle. Silva gets it to her point guard. And Patty keeps it moving. Cross-court pass. Montero. Lots of jerseys there. Silva misses the shot, gets her own rebound.
Camila Silva from the University of South Carolina, 20 years old.
She's one of 4 South Carolina players here.
Seen her coach around, seen her.
Natalie Day, the shot's off back rim. Richards will get another shot. Day tracks down the rebound. Oh, and it's taken by Gonzalo. Little change of pace. "20 seconds left on the game clock. 10 on the shot clock. And a whistle. And Montero will get ready to take some free throws.
Found an open space, an open gap there, decided to attack one-on-one, and there we continue to see how Brazil keep rotating their players. They beat Brazil 118-43. They lost against Canada 67-71. They beat Colombia 71-67.
2 for 2 from Montero.
Number 13, Nadia Gomba.
7 seconds. Tate, one-on-one. Trying and successful. She did shake Pak Chong, but the shot won't go. That's the whistle on the end of the first quarter. Brazil leads by 15, 25-10. Natalia, what was working so well for Brazil here?
Oh, they are definitely crashing the boards. They have 12, already 3 offensive rebound. It's just this team can balance their offense off with Clarissa and Erika de Souza at the beginning of the game, and having that third voice, which is Patty right now, it's good. It's good for them. It makes the Virgin Island defense, to stay on their toes and to continue, moving on defense. Another thing is I think they have established their fast break game. They are pushing the ball down the floor when they can. So it's a pretty offensive game so far. For them, they just have way too many weapons, and at the beginning of the tournament we were not seeing that. Everything was concentrating on their post players, but as the tournament advanced, we've seen more of Gonzalo, we've seen more of Paisao. Paisao have been very constant, but most important, I think this is the key player for them, is Patty Tejeda. If Patty Tejeda is in the game and effective on those, in her offensive, they will look good.
And this Brazilian team walks in being ranked 15 in the world by the FIBA World Rankings. They've only dropped that one game to Canada, and it was close. If they can get all of their offensive weapons, like you're talking about, Natalia, working at once, they would be a dangerous team in the quarterfinal rounds.
They will definitely be a dangerous team. They are in shape, and we are here. When we look at every team, you see some teams that are, look with a little bit more of rhythm and maybe, basketball shape. And that's something usually we don't do, because everybody had know what this tournament was happening, and everybody was working, and they come to this tournament and everybody was in top shape. With the COVID situation, we know a lot of teams start, to train late, to get back into the court late. And this Brazilian team is one of the teams that, in my opinion, looks better in their body and in their shape, in their basketball shape.
Montero, elbow, shot, no good. Melina Williams clears it out. Ooh, spacing was an issue, it looked like, but not for Natalie Day, who was on the receiving end of that fast break.
It would be wonderful for Virgin Island if they can establish and have more fast breaks like that.
Montero setting up her block. Pick and roll. That is read by the Virgin Islands. Shot up and out. We get another opportunity courtesy Natalie Day. And Williams hits the deck. When I was reading up on the Virgin Islands team, I loved hearing about how they just totally embrace their undersized, scrappy attitude. They do the little things. They get often overlooked.
They play bigger than they are. Way bigger than they are.
Silva's pass intended for Gonzalo.
It was a good shot there. A lot of patience, no luck. Oh,
Montero is down underneath the other basket as her teammates run to her.
Her right ankle, it seems. She's fine. What you try to avoid as a player when you get hurt like that and you know you can continue playing, you try to stand up as fast as you can, because once the coach get into the court, they need to sit you down. If you are able to stand up and not having any help from the bench, you can continue, you can stay in the game. But once the trainer or anybody from the staff step into the court, they got to take you out.
And she gives the thumbs up to her coach, Jose Neto. So Montero will stay. I love the movement away from the ball for Gonzalo. By Zhang. Up and down we go. Bao intercepts. Matthews on the run. Shot goes up and it's in with the hand in her face.
And Virgin Island is in top of every passing lane. They are in the passing lane. 3 turnovers in a row for Brazil.
And you said it, just as you were talking, it was Bao that deflected that pass.
Deborah Costa for Virgin Island, entering number 22, Akima Richards. And number 7, Manny Katie.
Silva left alone on the block. They caught the Virgin Islands sleeping.
Her first 2 points of the game.
And Montero is gonna pick up a personal foul.
Because she knows that if Tate received that pass in the post, Tate is not the tallest player, but she's one of the strongest. She received it, she would be in trouble, so she was trying to front her.
For Virgin Island, entering number 0, Kanacha Barry.
Tate. Back out to the top of the key. Barry was fighting for it. Brazil ball.
Just fast. Again.
Tate just sunk back and was waiting for it. Richards back to Tate. It's a done deal.
And everything that is happening from this Virgin Island right now, it's starting in their pressure, how well they are defending, putting pressure in the guards and everybody right there in the passing lane.
Cut the lead to 11. Montero's in the paint. That one's easy for her.
And the rotation was there. The rotation was right there, but Brazil was patient until they found the open basket. It was good defense for Taina Silva. Close the baseline.
Williams and Bao back on the floor. And Barry will draw the contact from Deborah.
Deborah is not too happy about that.
Shot clock winding down. Bao shot, and she's hit.
And the reason why Lanise have to take that shot is because everybody was just standing around waiting to see what she was going to do. And yes, lady, that was a foul, and it's her first of the game.
In and out for Bao.
When I was looking at the stats today before the game, Lanise have been not that good from the free throw line. She needs to get better.
Nearly losing her pivot foot. Silva streaking down the lane is denied. Natalie Day, the veteran, knows how to play that one. Montero gets stripped. Great hands by Richards.
But Virgin Islands energy went up, and Brazil have not been able to go, to bring their energy at their level right now.
Barry leads in to Paichong. So it'll be her first. The 25-year-old with a handful of international game experience, but for Taina Paichong, the 29-year-old, 5'8" guard, she's definitely has the advantage. And this is going to go against Taina Silva.
And that's her second back-to-back foul, and it seems like Tate is a little hurt there.
Second personal foul, number 26, Taina Silva.
Determining in her head the level of comfortability to keep continuing out there. And she's a go. George wanted to call. Tate tries baseline. Beautiful move.
You know that's gonna be on the highlights, right? That was a beautiful move from her. With defense.
Oh, and then they fall asleep again. Brazil catches this Virgin Islands team twice on their heels. $14-point advantage for Brazil. Amani Tate shot is short. Brazil keeps pushing.
Pass.
Silva down to Silva. S to S, I like it.
Yeah, there was not too much space there to work. It was I don't know, I would have shot that, you know, but it works. It worked. 2 points.
You were talking about this earlier, Natalia, about how different the game is here when you're playing internationally, and you really need that team identity. There's no me's or one-on-one games here.
No, you cannot win with only one player or only 2 stars in this level. Maybe in the smaller tournaments, like let's say Centro Basket, or I'm talking about the area because it's what I know, or it's the South American tournament, you can have 2 stars and everybody, you know, and you can get into the medals, but in the AmeriCup, that's not possible. The talent it's way better, and games are harder, and it needs to be about teamwork in order to be success.
Those 2 made free throws give Tate 8 on the afternoon. And Brittany Matthew will give her a breather. Tasia Carcavalli on the floor for Brazil. That pass intended for Silva, slightly rerouted. Williams takes that one right out of the hands of Dos Santos. Day with the elbows.
Yeah, I don't think it was done on purpose, but yes, once she was making that move, here Clarissa in the face. Clarissa took a well-deserved break. That's the replay.
Dos Santos on the receiving end of that last play. And Brazil still with the decent lead here, 13 points as we have a timeout.
And Brazil will have a free day tomorrow, resting day tomorrow, the same as Puerto Rico, and Virgin Islands will be playing in Salvador tomorrow. In the case of Brazil, they've been this FIBA America's Cup many times, 14 to be exact. They have gold, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, they have 5 gold, 1997, 2001, 2003, 2009, and 2011. They have 4 silver, 89, 93, 99, 2005, and 3 bronze, 2007, 2013, and 2019. They've been in 16 World Cup, talking about teams with cultures and history. They won gold. That was just the other day in 1994, and bronze.
The other day, 26 years ago, but yes.
And bronze in 1971. They also have been in 7 Olympic Games. 1992, they finished in 7th place. In 1996, they won silver. 2000 bronze. 2004, they finished 4th. In 2011, 11. 2012, 9. 2016, they finished 11. And last Olympic game and last AmeriCup was the first time in the history of this Brazilian team that they did not classify. That's why this tournament is important to them. That's why they're working so hard. They want to put basketball, their Brazilian basketball, right where they were before.
Dos Santos, yes. That one, a runner. And she's got 5. Oh, catching Williams without an opponent, and Silva with the block.
Great help. Great help. Clarissa was trying to front her. The ball was going to go
over her head.
Over her head, and then the defense came from the other side.
Another look. That was Dos Santos's bucket on the other side of the court. Coach Gomba was calling out the shot clock, and they get it off in time. Anisha George, the 23-year-old who led this Virgin Islands team in the Central Basket Tournament, scoring and rebounds, 20 points, 13.3 rebounds, a double-double every single game. She was dominant. George loses the ball there.
And that's turnover number 6 for the Virgin Islands. Tate is back, Richards go to the bench. There's a short rotation in this Virgin Island team.
Carcavalli, a miscue with Dinah Silva. She was cutting down to the lane.
And that's something that Neto will probably be talking to this Brazilian team during the halftime. The amount of turnovers, a lack of concentration there.
Two seconds, Tate gets it up in time. Oh, in and out for Tate. And frustrating now as Anisha George had fought for that rebound and it flew out of bounds. And another timeout called here. Brazil will take some time with 1:45 left here in the second quarter.
In the case of, I was telling you how many FIBA AmeriCups Brazil participated, 14 in the case of Virgin Island. They always only been in 2. But I can see that they're, going to be in a few more in the future. 2015 in Argentina, I remember their coach was Willo Colón, the coach from Villanova. They finished in the 9th place. And then on 2017, no, 2015 was in Canada, Hamilton, Canada. And then 2017, they were in Argentina, and they finished in the 5th place. So they have their history too, a small one, but they're building little by little.
They trail by the same number of points they did at the start of the quarter. As Dos Santos and company keeps the distance. Carcavalli to inbound. Deborah running the offense. Dribble shoot. We've seen that one go in a lot this tournament. And we have 2 different calls. It will land with a traveling against Silva.
It was a traveling. Low score game so far, 22-37. Lots of defense here.
George knows what to do when she's around the rim. Beautiful move from Anisha George.
And she's a monster with that spin move that she managed so well.
A miss, Silva keeps it up. Carcavalli waiting. Dos Santos, this is what I said, doing the dirty work.
Carissa Dos Santos, she's a pro. She's a pro. Every time she wears that Brazilian uniform, she always gives her 100%.
And she's the coach on the court here, asking more of her teammates. The weak side rebound and put back.
She's averaging a double-double, 14 points, 12 rebounds, 54% from the field goal. She's 86% from the free throw, 6 of 7.
George waiting for it, goes at Silva and draws the foul.
And she's not afraid of attacking her. Silva is way taller than her, but once she receives the ball, if she's one-on-one, she will continue.
Her second foul for Silva, the South Carolina center. When I talked to head coach Don Staley, who was coaching the USA team and obviously also Camila Silva's coach at South Carolina, she said one thing that was very important to her and her players were being able to represent their countries in this type of tournament. And so they were embracing this time on the court, but she is keeping tabs on everybody. Silva, beautiful move, anticipating the pass and the finish.
And you know that it's very nice that she said that, because the university have the power, because they are giving them a scholarship to stay and to not give them permission to play sometimes. I've seen it way too many times. It happens to Puerto Rico all the time. So for her to feel happy and let this girl play, that's huge.
Final seconds are ticking. We've got a loose ball on the ground. And that is how the half ends.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Brazil 41, Virgin Islands 25. A 16-point differential as we head into the halftime. Brazil, wow, from the field, doubling up the production level, the shooting percentage here. They've also got 2 for 5 from beyond the arc. Out rebounding, out assisting. I do like, I mean, look, the steals are something to build off for the Virgin Islands.
Definitely. Tate 8, Silva 8, George and Dos Santos 7 and 7 win the same.
This never matches up like this, Natalia.
We gotta play that. We gotta play that in the lottery. That's how you call it in English?
Yes,
the lottery.
the lottery.
876. If you're at home, play it.
We saw some early big-time moves from De Souza. She's been quiet. She was tended to in the late first quarter. It looked like a cut on her arm. And Brazil's been able to keep a lot of separation between.
De Souza played a lot of minutes yesterday, so, you know, I believe this Brazilian team can be using her right now and maybe be a little bit more comfortable. But I think Coach Neto is taking care of her, knowing that he will need her to be 100% in the tournament. And there you see Deborah Costa, great pass to Patty. That's how the game started, with Patty making those long shots against Costa. Over the screen, mid-range shot, good for her. And again, Paisao. How everything started with the post players, and then everything, you know, changed, you know, and it was the guards who were carrying the offense.
And the Virgin Islands saw some shots go down. That was Melina Williams, to give them, you know, some reassurance that, hey, you know, all they need are a couple big shots and stops. You have to put those two together, and you're right back in this contest.
Really fast. Turnovers have been a problem for
Brazil.
They have 12, and that's how Virgin Islands have really established their fast break from those turnovers. As a matter of fact, they score 6 points from those turnovers. Good pass by Paisao. High-low there, a little high-low between Silva and Taina. Silva. Good pass, and Clarissa doing Clarissa stuff. She spent, you know, a few minutes in the bench.
If I'm playing 3-on-3, I'm picking Dos Santos on my team. I'm telling you that.
I'm picking, yeah. I'm picking Dos Santos. We can do that.
What was it, rock,
We
paper,
can make
scissors
teams
for
on our
her?
head from the different players.
And Brazil with the hefty lead here at half, 41-25. Let's take some time, though, to review the top 5 plays from the FIBA Women's AmeriCup so far. Enjoy. O'Neal pulls up the J.
No!
In her face.
No, Jennifer. Wow. Oh, beautiful fast break, and now Colombia is establishing what have been their constant throughout this tournament, which is the fast break.
O'Neal gets stripped. Burton out in front with the contact. That one feels good for Burton. Her and Silva, Shake Silva.
Basketball 101, that was a beautiful move.
Martinez, so smart, waits for her defender to run past her, and the putback, the reverse, Palacio! SportsCenter better start paying attention to this tournament, because that play from Palacio yesterday should have been in the top 10 plays, Natalia.
We've seen a few of those, and the truth is that the action here have been really, really good and very fun.
And Brazil's top scorer through the first 20 minutes is Silva. We were talking about Camila Silva, because yes, there are 2 Silvas on the court. 8 points, 7 rebounds. The 20-year-old who plays for South Carolina having a pretty good game.
We have a lot of minutes today. And Brazil keep insisting on her as the first option. Of course, I would do the same. There she is, points at 3 and 4 for her of the game. Pushing down the ball. She runs the court very well.
And we got to remember, too, Brazil's off tomorrow.
Yes.
So this is their last refresh
Yes.
before the quarterfinals, in which we know they will be advancing by their record.
And the good thing about having tomorrow free is that everybody is free on Wednesday. That for them, and also for Puerto Rico, they have tomorrow and Wednesday free, 2 days to rest.
And the Virgin Islands, they're led by Tate, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Imani Tate doing a little bit of everything for the Virgin Islands squad here, including picking off pockets and passes.
Pass.
Give and go. This Virgin Islands team has a lot of heart.
Have a lot of heart, and the thing is, we I said it a few times. It's well, it's not a short rotation, because they use 8 to 9 players, but the concentration of their offense, it's within the starters. When you look at the points from the bench, and this is something we've seen throughout the tournament, Brazil have 18, Virgin Islands only 2.
Good point, Natalia. We're going to take a break here at halftime as Brazil 41, Virgin Islands 25. Third quarter action coming up in just a couple moments. Back inside the Roberto Clemente Coliseum. It, of course, is day number 4. This is game number 2 on the day. We've got Brazil and the Virgin Islands on the court for Group A. Brazil with a hefty lead, 41-25 after the first 20 minutes of action. Brazil here eyeing some downtime. Tomorrow they have off. And then, like Natalia and I said, Wednesday is an off day for everybody before the quarterfinals begin. Meanwhile, the Virgin Islands, they're still wanting to compete in this game. They haven't had a win all tournament long. They will face El Salvador tomorrow. And remember, if you're just joining us, the AmeriCup Championship here has 10 of the best teams in the Americas and Caribbean nations. Then out of those 10 teams, they're broken up into Group A and Group B with 5 teams each. Everybody plays everybody. That's where we're at right now with this group phase. And then the top 4 teams from each one of those groups will advance on. The bottom teams will go home. Imani Tate, a name we all know very well throughout this tournament. Natalie Day, the new mom. Pull up Jay with the left is good. I wish we would have had a camera on her husband. He just went crazy. He's got the baby right in front of him on a harness. Great opening shot by Natalie Day to begin the third quarter for the Virgin Islands. Erica De Souza at the free throw line, that veteran center we've been talking about, Natalia.
One of the best free throw shooters for this Brazilian team. She's averaging 80% from the free throw.
Nails them both. Coach Neto calling back his defense. Initially showing a full court press. Natalie Day again, let's see. Yep, blows past her defender Silva. Back-to-back buckets coming from the new mom.
If I wouldn't be here, I would attack her too, because she's in foul trouble. That's why she went to the bench early on. So she's gonna be careful defending her. So Natalie needs to continue.
George running the lane. A beautiful 6-0 run from the field for Virgin Islands.
Another turnover for Brazil. That's a tune-up, definitely. I know this was talk in the locker room. Does you see the replay? You've seen her athleticism.
They're giving Tate the left lane, knowing that she's more comfortable on the right. Natalie Day keep coming at Silva. Tracks down her own rebound. And the feed, a missed opportunity for the Virgin Islands. Whoa, nobody was behind D'Souza there for a minute. Patsy from the corner. A 3-ball to silence the run for the Virgin Islands.
You know, that's one of the most uncomfortable spots to shoot the ball because of the angle. Well, that's Patty's specialty.
I can only imagine how many times she has taken that shot in practice and alone, and to be a threat. Good hands for Pai Chung. We're moving with Alana Gonzalo. And Pai Chung, no contact, no whistle.
sophomore Virgin Island, entering number 8.
Another look at that outlet pass and attack.
Change of speed there. Yes. You all saw it at home.
Natalia, talk to me about the level of physicalness at this game.
It's FIBA basketball is tough. There is a lot of contact allowed, especially in the paint and the screens. Something you might not see in other leagues. In FIBA's tournament, and throughout history, FIBA is famous because of that. Because how physical and tough it is, and how you gotta keep your your head together, not to lose control sometimes when the game gets rough.
Personal foul number 26, Tanda Silva.
And Silva picks up her third, so she will go sit down early, Natalia.
Dos Santos.
And to get it on the offensive side of the court, it's gotta hurt. Tate, short. There's Neto asking his team to move the ball faster.
He wants to run the fast break with them. He says, and this is something, yes, I've seen. Brazil is playing, they're passive. They look relaxed. They are winning this game because they have more talent and more different players, contributing to the offense. But they look passive today and a little relaxed. That's why the turnovers are coming that easy. That's why Virgin Islands, it's grabbing so many offensive rebounds, not trying to take credit away from them, but Brazil looks relaxed, and Neto is not happy about it.
And the ball will go to the Virgin Islands, as Neto has some words with the official to make sure that the message is clear here.
On number 11, Dos Santos.
So the first personal foul for Dos Santos here. And that's why we are seeing the Virgin Islands take over. Natalie Day crossing up. Turn and shoot and block. De Sosa there. Patsy's pass, intercepted Tate. She's got the wheels. It's a wide open Matthew and a foul on the floor. Tate is fired up.
Oh, it was Clarissa's foul there. Let's see the replay, what happened. Oh.
Clarissa Dos Santos.
Tangled up.
Yeah, that's the word. They were tangled.
Tate. Pai Chong will move things upward for Brazil in the corner. Patty.
There was something off the ball between Williams and Erika de Sosa.
Second personal foul number 4, Molina Williams.
And that's Williams' second.
Entering number 12, Anisha George. Number 13,
So Virgin Islands will put some fresh legs on the court, and we already have a shoving battle. Dos Santos and Natalie Day. Keep an eye on these two. They're feisty.
Yes, and that's why you're seeing now the referees are very active with their whistle, because they got to make the right calls. If not, this game can get out of control, and they don't want that to happen. No, it's getting physical. This last 2 minutes, I'm telling you, it's a mix of UFC and basketball.
UFC and basketball.
I love UFC. I love UFC.
Everybody's in the octagon right now, huh? Big time jumper by Dos Santos.
And she has 9 points.
George thanking the officials for blowing the whistle there.
First, personal foul number 14, Erika de Souza.
Matthew, they got to get a shot up off its mark. Shot clock violation.
And it's a 15 points different game. We still got a game here. Still a lot of time to be played.
And we saw the Virgin Islands open up the second half with 6 quick points and make a couple stops. And then Paiyang just puts in another 2, and it's just not fair.
0.5 and 6 for her. She's been quiet today in the offensive end. Good defense.
Poked away, and Deborah's on her own.
Deborah I don't know, she have this ability to take the ball away from the guards, like from behind the player. And it's something that she constantly doing, and she's been doing this her whole career. She have good hands, blessed hands, as we said. Well, you know, you have blessed defensive hands.
If she was about to fight UFC, they would measure her wingspan.
33 rebounds for Brazil, 21 for Virgin Islands. The points from the bench, listen to this, 18 from Brazil bench, only 2 points from Virgin Islands. Points in the paint, they're even, 24-24, and Brazil's been more successful during the fast break with 11 points. Virgin Islands have 8 points. Turnovers. This is something Nathan's not gonna be happy about it. And after this game, I'm sure he's gonna address this issue because they are way too many. 18 turnovers, and they're lucky that Virgin Island only from those 18 turnovers have convert 8 points.
Very lucky in that regard, but still a glaring issue that he'll want to resolve before the quarterfinals. And again, this team went toe-to-toe with Canada yesterday.
Yes.
So, I mean, do you get any leeway today for, you know, maybe being a little tired?
No, probably not. I have no doubt in my mind that after playing a team like Canada, they got to be dead tired. Canada is a physical, tall, strong team, and the team to beat.
Matthew in the corner. Tries to feed it in. Tate picks it up. Turnaround Jay off. Deborah to Patty. No look pass, got denied. George's hands there. George streaking, and the foul.
I don't know if I'm using the right word, but telegraphing
Yeah,
the passes. How do you say that?
Telegraphing the pass, so she's reading it before it comes.
Yes.
That's exactly what George was doing.
Thank you for helping me with my English. So, you know, I'm thinking in Spanish and I'm trying to.
Listen, Natalia Melendez here is a great partner in crime in the booth. Spent many years playing basketball, representing her country for the national team. Yes, Spanish, her first language. So we're just having a lot of fun here in the booth, picking up new things from each other.
Yes, yes, yes.
Patty. That shot she loves so much. Natalia, you're telling me ever since she started making her international appearance, that was her go-to?
That was her go-to, yeah. Well, yes. It's easier. Imagine this team when Danta is in. You have you have Erika, you have Dos Santos, and you also have Danta. So what happened is that the team that it's playing against them needs to be, you know, close, really close in the paint to try to help defending these amazing post players. So Patty is the one always kind of open, no?
Yeah, I don't think we've talked about it enough, but this Brazilian team, like you said, is without its leading scorer, Damiris Dantas, due to injury. She plays with the WNBA and the Minnesota Lynx as Deborah knocks in that three. And Damiris, last year in the bubble, she led all scorers with 18.7 rebounds and 2 assists. So an incredible specimen of an athlete.
Yeah, and you know, her biggest game was against USA. Not everybody, you can be an amazing player. You can dominate a lot of teams. But when you dominate, when you are seen, when you show your abilities playing against a USA team, you know you're really good, really good.
And we've gotten to see Team USA a couple nights in a row. They'll be back out a little later today against Venezuela. That's the 3 games, so that's the next game on deck, Venezuela and Team USA.
Third, personal foul number 11, Clarissa Dos Santos.
And that's a big foul on Dos Santos, her 3rd.
Sophomore Virgin Island entering number 10.
And yep, and Coach Neto will have to sit her for a little bit of time.
What's happening here is that Virgin Islands haven't been able to recover from the 15-point difference from the first quarter, because the first quarter finished. Whoa! Beautiful! Oh, we have to stop here. What an assist!
Carvalho behind the back and Silva the lay-in.
I was saying the first quarter finished 10-25. But when you look at the second quarter, it finished 15-16. This one is 12-16, close quarters. But the first one was not good for Virgin Islands, and they are still trailing that amount of points.
Tip, Silva goes after it. Shot clock down to 7. Pai Chung takes it herself. Natalie Day for the weak side rebound. Williams. Move is no good. Last touch by Brazil. Melina Williams, just 19 years old, making her international debut for Coach Gungba. Tate creating on her own, in and out, bow there for the rebound. Natalie Day for the finish.
See how everybody, there were a lot of whites going after that rebound. They're not as tall as everybody else, but they hustle the rebounds.
Silva in the paint, back out to Deborah. Deep ball, no good. And then Dinah Silva there for a tip drill for 2.
She have 8 points.
Day again this time. Beautiful take, especially with her being the lefty there on the right-hand side.
Second personal foul number 7, Imani Katie. Sophomore Virgin Island entering number 22.
5.2 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Brazil up by 18. Pai Chong had the hot hand. She'll get the final look here. And the final, after 3 quarters of play, is Brazil 59, Virgin Islands 41. Natalia still trying to make up for what they lost in the first quarter.
And that's the dangerous of having a quarter with, you know, when you get dominated by so many points. It's hard to do you can keep the rest of the quarters close, but it's not easy to come back from that with a team like Brazil. You gotta try when you play against a team that you know is more talented than you, or much more talented than you. You have to, even if you lose the quarter, you need to keep in close until you get that moment of pushing the ball, of taking the game to your side.
Yeah, because Brazil is just too difficult to creep back in the game, especially by the margin of 15 points. With 10 minutes left, I mean, Natalia, what needs to happen for Virgin Islands?
We will probably see this team, you know, present a full court press right now, trying to, you know, trying to steal balls from Brazil. They definitely need to push the tempo, and everything will start by their defense. I expect them to press full court and start maybe, you know, doubling the ball in the corners.
That play we'll see in the top 5 tomorrow for sure. Diana Silva, Carvalho, then Camila Silva. A trio in transition for Brazil to give us that beauty.
We still got 2 more games to go today. USA, Venezuela, and Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic, a rivalry of the Caribbean.
Now this place has been loud every single night for Puerto Rico, Natalia.
It's been really fun to see so many familiar faces. Basketball, you know, it's family here, as it's probably in many places around the world. So yes, the country is happy to be, you know, here, to be receiving all of these wonderful players from all around the world. We're very happy the Women's AmeriCup 2021 is happening in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Despina Barton alongside Natalia Melendez, the former Puerto Rico national player and national treasure of San Juan, Puerto Rico. It's been a pleasure working with you so far and seeing just the love and passion that you have for the game, and certainly the people of this sport in this town.
Same here, Despina. I think you're a pro. It's really difficult for Tate to go to her left hand.
Bow waiting on the baseline, makes them.
Those are her first 2 points of the game.
Behind the block of Silva. Gonzalo tried to drill one. On the move, feed up to Williams, it's good.
I love how they pushed the ball down the floor. 10 points in fast break for Virgin Islands.
And that shedded off 4 points, so Virgin Islands, 4-0 run. If they can keep building here, this turns into a game real quickly.
They need to make a lot of stops. But when when you're trailing this amount of points, you gotta be fast and active, but patience as well, because there's no 25-point basket. So it's possession after possession. You gotta concentrate what's next. We're gonna have a stop, and then we're gonna try to score. That's exactly what happened. They had a stop here in the Brazil possession, and now they make a basket. Important that they keep doing that.
6-0 run for the Virgin Islands. On the cut, Silva, shot no good. The other Silva goes up and ends the run for the Virgin Islands.
She have 10 and 7.
A few away from a double-double. One and done trip there for Virgin Islands. Silva running the court so beautifully.
We've seen her doing that over and over. The way she runs down the court is to admire.
Shot clock. Brazil with the turnover. Excuse me, the steal. Pai Chong tripped up. Oh, tough pass in. Pau saw an open Natalie Day, but hits her in the chin. Excuse me.
The what?
Shins, not the chin.
Turnover number 13 for Virgin Islands.
And a timeout here called by the Virgin Islands. 18 points separates the two teams.
AmeriCup started celebrating in 1989. Brazil have 12 medals, 5 gold, 4 silver, 3 bronze. Their first gold was in 1997, the second one on 2001, the third one on 2003. The fourth one on 2011. And you know, many people ask Espina, why isn't USA the most, you know, with the country with most medals? They only have been in 4 AmeriCups, and they have 3, 1, and 0. But why they only been in 4 AmeriCups? Because they always used to win. You know, most of the time they used to win the Olympics. Most of the time they used to win the World Cup. And once, you know, once you win those tournaments, you directly
you get automatic bid.
Yes, and now you have to go to the tournament and play it. But before it was like that, so they never really have to play the AmeriCup.
Coach Taj Gongba trying to inspire her ladies. There's plenty of time on the clock for the Virgin Islands to plan a comeback. They're traveling by Carvalho. Nani Carvalho, the 24-year-old shooting forward. And Brazil's unlike any of the other teams we've seen, specifically with their names. You'll see some first names and some last names on rosters. And a few of these athletes just go by their first name. We see Deborah out there, Patty.
Tejeda. Yeah, Patty have Patty on the back of her uniform. And something we've seen more and more often, and that it makes me very happy too, and it's in every level. Some players are deciding to use their mother's last name, and some of them have decided to use both. And you see a long name in the back of the shirt, but hey, they can do that. They are allowed to do that. We have this player in the Puerto Rican League. His name is Mojica, his last name. And like from 3 years ago, he decided to change it to his mother. And nobody knew who we were talking about during the games. And, you know, but it was sweet for him to, you know, he said, I've been having my father's last name on my uniform for a long time. Now it's turn to have my mother's.
You just gave me goosebumps there, Natalia.
Javier Mojica is his name. He was a shooting guard for the national team, and now he plays for los Vaqueros de Bayamón.
We talked about the blue-collaredness of this U.S. Virgin Islands team. This is where the result is. Those 50-50 balls, this was a jump ball, but still They're on the floor for every possession. George slipping up. We're turning it over. Oh, nearly stolen. Barry came out of nowhere.
And Neto looked like a Silva, like, are you serious? What are you doing?
Gotta stay aware. That one probably stings a little worse.
23 turnovers for Brazil.
Tate on the block. What a take-in. Amani Tate with 14 points.
And 7 rebounds.
So for Virgin Island, entering number 4, Molina.
Imani plays for Laboratorio NASA Diet. It's the name of the club that she plays in, Virgin Island.
Silva all alone. A defensive lapse there from the Virgin Islands.
She's in double digits, 10 points.
Natalie Day. Shot no good, but she opened up the third quarter with 2 pretty big baskets to breathe life into this Virgin Islands team. Carvalho, top of the key. Natalie Day, this time it will go.
Mid-range shot, that's one of her strengths. Good pass, way to run. Silva once again. She has 16. And when you have Silva playing like that, you can allow yourself to leave Erika de Souza, get some rest.
Carvalho waiting in the corner, and she'll hit from 3.
Good pass, better shot. That's Brazil's 5th three-pointer.
Under 4 to play. This is the final game of the group phase for Brazil. They have faced everybody in their pool.
Natalie. Once again, Natalie Day, what a day she's having.
Silva is gonna shake that one off. A miscue to her point guard, Gonzalo.
So Brazil entering number 97, Mari Diaz. For Virgin Island, entering number 12, Anisha George.
And it almost looks like Coach Gongba is substituting Anisha George on the offensive plays, and then for defense, getting her off the court. Flashing on the block. Doing what she was put in to do. Alana, long 3. And Tate continues to push with urgency. George, not afraid of Silva. Day, working one-on-one. Pass deflected. Silva streaking this time. Virgin Islands will not let her get that up.
And once Silva is done, she got to go back to school. This is like her last, let's say, vacation, not vacations. But remember, she's playing in the NCAA with South Carolina. So as soon as she finishes here, maybe she's going on a trip home, and then after that, it's time to prepare for their new season in the NCAA, which is not going to be playing the bubble anymore. Everything is going back into normal. And one of the hardest...
Normal? What's normal, Natalia?
I don't even know what's normal anymore. But, you know, being an NCAA athlete is one of the hardest things that exists. Because you got to be in a very, in a high level, almost a pro, and at the same time, you got to be responsible with schooling and everything, and it's exhausting. Trains are, the trainings are really, really, really tough, really hard. A lot of running, a lot of weights, and that's what's expecting. Well, this is, one good thing that they can also get from this tournament is all of the players that are going back into the NCAA, which USA is the whole team, and Brazil and Colombia have a few, is that their preseason will be a little easier because they will not be out of shape. Usually you get there and you're a little out of shape, and trust me, it's hell. It's hell. But, this year, they're in great shape, and they can push the rest of the girls who are going through hell.
Yeah. I always remember that the first day of practice, there was a trash can out because a lot of people did not feel well after getting all those sprints in. Oh, the joy and love for the game. Oh, they still got the music going during the game. Oh, they just cut it. Silva was unfazed. But Natalia, you were saying this is like a, her last vacation, but it's a work trip. It's a business trip.
It is a business trip.
And unlike in years past, like we talked about, that day off, it's not truly a day off, as we all reside in the bubble. So I know the FIBA staff is coordinating some type of activity within the bubble at the hotel where the athletes can either enjoy some yoga or a movie on the lawn, something to kind of break up the monotony of being in your room. And I know a lot of these athletes brought video game systems, books.
There's even tournaments.
Oh, tournaments.
Those tournaments that they play.
Tournaments within the tournaments.
Yes, but it's good, and I'm glad FIBA it's thinking out of the box. It's not everything basketball. They're not going to be able to go anywhere. There's a replay there. Silva cutting, that was a foul, and maybe like you said, some yoga classes, and with following all the rules inside the box. I also heard they were gonna have people doing her braids and maybe nails, doing things like that. So maybe you're there, you're at the hotel.
Yes, I'm gonna have to talk to somebody about getting my hair done and my nails done.
I can get you a shirt from the Puerto Rican team, and you just get into there like if you were a player.
For all of you guys listening at home, I stand at 5'7", and I'm slightly probably overweight for my frame. I do not look like one of these athletes.
She looks like a point guard. She's lying.
Oh, Natalia. Too much fun. Nato still wanting 1,000% from his team here in these final moments.
Yeah, he knows. He knows they're winning and everything, but he knows there's so much to improve from this team. But hey, they're playing, I know in his reflection after the game, this Virgin Island, it's difficult because they play so hard. They're tough, they hit, they push, they finish, they're not afraid. So it's talent-wise, we know Brazil have a little bit more, but look at that. They are just really strong.
Georgia's strength, yeah, it is incredible. and they crash down. Mari Diaz, 23-year-old power forward, will go to the free throw line.
Fourth personal foul, number 12, Anisha.
Oh, they're going to call that actually on the floor, so no free throws.
Sophomore Virgin Island, entering number 6, Samira
And
Francis.
some last-minute substitutions for Virgin Islands for the final minute.
Nice.
There's Diaz on the cut. They give her two.
She have 2.
Silva denies. Now everybody, no look pass to the corner. It's off. Final 35 seconds. Matthew from the wing. And Alana will set something up. About 1.5 seconds is the differential between the shot clock and the game clock here. Carvalho rose onto the feet of the Virgin Islands. Shot goes up. And just like the ending to every quarter this game, no shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, the final score is...
So Brazil takes it. Final score 77-56. And Brazil closes out their pool play 3-1. So they are definitely advancing on to the quarterfinals, which will begin on Thursday. Natalia, your thoughts of this Brazilian team that will be moving on?
A win is a win, and yes, they have a 25 turnover, because you know what? This team is exhausted. They had 3 very tough games before, and we have to give credit what the things that they did correctly. Coach Neto was constantly changing defense, and they were very aware of that. They moved with what he said, Camila Silva coming off the bench, and she finished with a double-double, 17 points, 11 rebounds. Clarissa Dos Santos set the tone of the game, set the physical game, 9 points, 7 rebounds in only 18 minutes. Coach Neto started playing with Erika de Sosa. He used it at the beginning to, like I said, set the tone of what he wanted to happen in the court. She finished with 6 and 6. So it was the post players who carried this offensive part for this Brazilian team. On the other hand, we got to give credit to Virgin Islands. They lost by 21 points, but we have to remember they lost the first quarter by 15. It was hard for them to do to match those points. It was a close second quarter, a close third quarter, and the last one too. But that first quarter really didn't do them any good.
And Brazil, you saw on the top of that group play, but they did lose to Canada. So as the scores continue to shake in, they're likely the 2nd seed coming out of Group A. And Natalia, no better time to take a rest. They will have tomorrow off. The Virgin Islands will play El Salvador, a winnable game.
Yes, definitely. That's a win. That's actually, I think in paper they are a better team than El Salvador. We've seen what El Salvador is doing, and it will be a very interesting game. But yes, both teams are gonna come and play really, really hard because they want to go with a win. You want to win a game, so it will be interesting to see what they bring tomorrow.
And Deborah leading the way on offense and guiding her team down the court all day long. The shooter shot. And besides those turnovers, Natalia.
Too many. 25, and I'm sure he's going to address that. But Virgin Islands defense kind of like take your breath away because they are tireless. They don't get tired. They are on top of you all the time. They don't respect. When I said they don't respect the basketball rules, I mean they will go for every pass. They will go for every pass, and they will try to steal. Always very active in the passing lane. So they are a very uncomfortable team to play offense against.
And we saw Camila Silva, streaking down the court so many times. She knows what her role is with this team, and it's very hard to stop, as Tate gave us everything she had on the court today. Imani Tate, the life, the heartbeat of the Virgin Islands squad.
Tate to Natalie, 2 for her. Natalie was better in her percentage today. She did really good. Fast break for Brazil, something that Coach Neto was trying to establish from the beginning. It was rough for him. Credit to Virgin Islands, who was getting back in defense on time. They didn't let them do that too well. Tate to Natalie.
Yep, and Coach Gongba wanted her team to compete for the 40 minutes. I think that's what she saw here today. Brazil advances on to a record of 3-1, and they'll go to rest tomorrow. Virgin Islands 0-3, and will look for their first win against El Salvador. For Natalia Melendez, I'm Despina Barton. Final score here on day number 4. It is Brazil 77, Virgin Islands 76.